Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear. Oh, and here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live on a Tuesday. It is time for Talk to Me Tuesday, live right here on Kingdom Purpose Radio. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you, Kingdom Purpose, for allowing the old country boy to come and join in to run his tripper trapper for a little old minute. Look at here, I am up here by myself. That is because my co-host, Minister CJ, is in the Big Apple. That's right. He was invited up there to perform some of his music up there. So look here, y'all keep my co-host, Minister CJ, in prayer while he is traveling. Man, wonderful things. I just talked to him earlier, and the words I said, CJ, walk in purpose on purpose. Walk in purpose on purpose. You know, I will tell y'all, I had no idea. I was just telling some other folks today, I had no idea. Usually I have these conversations with Minister CJ and I say, man, look, I got something sent Heaven Express. Well, y'all look what? I got nothing Heaven Express today. So let me tell y'all what I do know is this. Hey, Miss Julie, what I do know is this. And I can speak for myself right now. Some folks say, what do you do when you don't know what to do? What do you do when you say, well, God ain't talking to me. He ain't telling me what to do. He ain't telling me what next. Here's what you do when you're not hearing from him. You go back and do the last thing he told you to do. You go back to the last thing he told you to do. So tonight here, live, Kingdom Purpose. What is the old country boy gonna do? I'm gonna go back and do the last thing he told me to do. What was that, country boy? Be open, honest, and transparent. See, this platform that he allowed me to watch over, it ain't my platform, but this platform he has allowed me to just be the doorkeep in. It's built on open honesty and transparency. It's built on that. So tonight, what the old country boy is going to do is, to some, I'm going to introduce myself. To others, I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm not going to give you Bible talk. Yes, this is Kingdom Purpose Radio, and we are building that. We're building and teaching the purpose. But I'm not going to give you Bible talk. I'm going to show you my Bible walk. A lot of people that I've seen get so caught up in talking about reading the word and studying the word, but nobody's carrying it out. That's the thing. It's not about how much of the Bible you read. It's about, are you carrying out what you read? If you're reading about forgiveness, are you carrying that thing out? If you're reading about unconditional love, are you carrying that thing out? So I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. All I can do is tell you what I did and what I do. And every day, what my attempt is to do and to be. Every day, my attempt is to be better today than I was yesterday. I must. As they say in church, what they say, to some, we're gonna introduce to some and present to others Well, I'm going to introduce the psalm and I'm going to reintroduce myself to others. Who am I? Who am I? A lot of people, I don't know. Who am I? I'm just a broken fella who God is taking the broken pieces and he's mending back together. That's who I am. I'm a one who has been a whole bunch of things. I have been a whole bunch of things. There's not many adjectives that you could connect that you would miss me with. There's not many pronouns that most of them I have been at some point in my life. So I don't try to come like I'm anything. I don't try to come. I come just like the man at the pool. If y'all know about the man at the man at the pool, Jesus said to the man at the pool, he said, first and foremost, he asked him the question, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be changed? Do you want to be transformed? And when the man, he said, then if you do, he didn't even have to answer the question. What? He didn't have to answer the question. He just gave it to me. I'm telling you, that one came Heaven Express. He didn't have to answer the question with his words. He answered the question with his actions. The question was, do you want to be healed? How did he answer the question? He said, if you want to be healed, then take up your bed and walk. And what did the man do? He took it up and walked. Now, here go the thing. I walk with my bed. I walk with the things that I was. I'm not ashamed of where I came from. I'm not ashamed of who I was at one point in my life. That's my bed. That's why to some, I have to reintroduce myself, because to some, what they see before they see me, they see the bed that I'm carrying. They see what I was then, but I have to reintroduce myself to you, not with my words. I'm not going to reintroduce myself with my words. I'm going to reintroduce myself in how I carry myself, how I conduct myself. I'm going to reintroduce myself. So many people, and so many times in this life, I said, wait, but that ain't me. But I'm still in the same place doing the same thing. Been there. Allow me to reintroduce myself with my daily walk. Allow me to reintroduce myself to say something about him just don't seem the same. Something about his walk ain't like it used to be. It's something about the way he carries himself. Not the words that are coming out of his mouth, but his actions are saying he ain't. Now I see. I see the bed that he carried. I see the things. Wait a minute. I've heard him say that he was once a drunkard. I've heard him say that he was once a homemonger. I've heard him say that he was once a liar and a cheater. But the way that he's carrying himself, that just don't add up to what I see. Because I see his bed. His bed says liar. His bed says cheater. His bed says homemonger. His bed says drunk. His bed says all of that. But what I see in how he carries himself, not his words. Not his words. Too many of us want our words to describe us and our actions to describe something else. On that one, I'm gonna have to drink me some cranberry juice. And if you missed it, I'll say it again. Too many of us want our words to describe us, but our actions say something totally different. What I want is for my actions to describe who I am. So I don't have to introduce myself with my words. I don't have to reintroduce myself with my words. What I can do is introduce myself with how I carry myself daily. I see him and I hear these things that say he was once this, but I just can't imagine that he was once that, not the way he carries himself. And the reason that my words will say this is what I was is because I don't want anybody to get it twisted to think that I think that I'm better than anybody else. I don't want anybody to get it twisted that I think that I'm higher than anybody else. I don't want anybody to get it twisted to think that I ain't never been something. See, some folk want to hide what they were. See, let me tell you something. For me, to hide what I was is to deny what God has done for me. Say it again. To hide what I was is to deny what God has done for me, where he has brought me from. If I act like I've always been where I'm at, see, some folk want to act like they've been eating steak all their life when you know you grew up on some bologna sandwiches, but you never want to say it. I grew up on some bologna sandwiches. Boy, you take that thing, you put it in the pan, the ends would, in the middle would pop up, it'd be bubbling, be burn around the end. I grew up on them, so I'm not ashamed of where I came from. Some folk don't ever want you to see. They don't ever want to tell you, let me tell you, this is where I came from. Been this. A lot of folks can't relate to some folks is because they act too goody-goody, like they ain't never done nothing, like they ain't never been in no stank their whole life. So people that's in it can't relate to you because all you want to do is kind of look down on, well, why you down there? Well, why you down there? Why don't you just... See, I know how I felt when I was at the bottom, and I ain't saying I'm at the top, but I know how I felt when I was down. And the last thing I needed somebody to do was to look down on me while I was already down. See, my down when I was down was the best place I could be. That was the only place. It wasn't like I wanted to be there. Sometimes you don't have a choice in where you're at. You made the choice to be there, but you don't have the choice to get out because you don't know what choice to make. And you don't need nobody else telling you that you're down. Baby. When I'm at my lowest, trust me, I know it before you do. Let me explain something one more again. When I'm at my lowest, I know it before you do. So you don't have to tell me how low I look like I am. I already know it. I'm very much aware. Some folks want to take that opportunity to tell folks how low, how bad they doing. Ooh, you sure doing bad. Duh. I'm the one that's doing bad. I think I know that. I'm the one that's struggling. Duh, I think I know that. Why can't you give me some positive reinforcement? Why can't you tell me about the time that you were down at some point and say, look what God done for me? I've been there, baby. I've been there. I'm not here to knock you where you're at. What I'm here to say is that you can get up as well. Let me encourage you. But too many times I've seen people, instead of encouraging folks, they trying to throw dirt on you. Baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something right now. Burying something and planting something actually look the same way. You're digging a hole, you're putting something in. The only difference between burying something and planting something is the expectations that we have from the thing we put in the ground. When we bury something, we do not expect it to come up. But when we plant something, we are expecting something to come up from it. That's the only difference. That's the difference between burying and planting. It's the expectations you have of when you put it in the ground. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm not ashamed of what I've gone through. I'm not ashamed of failed marriages. I'm not ashamed of broken relationships. I'm not ashamed of who I was. See, because who I was, the person I was, where I have come from, has taught me, has shaped me, has shaped me to be where I am. Where I came from, the journey has all been a lesson in shaping and endurance. The race is not given to the swift, but to the one that endures to the end. Let me tell you some endurance. That's what this journey does. That's what the things that this old boy has gone through. It has built up my endurance. Let me tell you something about building up my endurance. In building up my endurance, I've had to cry sometimes. In building up my endurance, I've had to suffer loss sometimes. In building up my endurance, I've had to go through pain. I've had to go through heartache, heartbreak in building up my endurance. Because the race is not given to swift. It is given to the one that endures. Endures through those things, through those heartaches, through those breakups, through those losses. I had to endure through the loss of my father. I had to endure through the loss of my mother. I've had to endure through the loss of all my aunts and uncles. I've had to endure through the loss of my nephew. I've had to endure through the loss of children. I've had to endure. And through the endurance, through the journey, through the loss, through the hurt, through the pain, through the tears, my endurance and my relationship has grown. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Allow me to introduce myself. Not one of us, not one of us does not endure something. No one can sit up here and say, I have not endured anything, because if you haven't endured, it means you haven't been tested. That means it haven't been tested, because how do you know? How do you know how strong you are? How do you know how faithful you are? How do you know if it's never? How do you know Words, action. Words say forgiveness. Words can say, I forgive. Oh, I forgive you. I forgive you. You hurt me. You lied on me. You cheated on me. You stabbed me in the back. Words can say, I forgive. But it's the actions that show it. It's the actions that that same person that did whatever it may have been comes to you. And they may need something, or they may be going through something. Now, the words that you said one thing, but what do your actions speak? Do your actions back up the words you keep saying? Oh, I forgive. See, that's part of the endurance. That's the part of that thing that builds up. The endurance. It lines up your actions with your words. Endurance. People talk about faith and how my faith. You can talk about it until it's tested, baby. Don't tell me about nothing if it ain't been tested. You talk about it until it's been tested. Allow me to introduce myself. Been through the tests. Some of the tests I failed. Many of the tests in the beginning I failed. But I kept on. Many of the times I didn't know which way to go. But I kept on. I have been so many things to so many people. But I want my actions, not my words. I want my actions to line up. So when I walk in, don't have to say, oh, I'm saved. Oh, Lord. Oh, I love the Lord. I don't have to say, I'm faithful. I don't have to say, oh, I love everybody. I don't have to say, oh, I forgive. I don't have to say, I want not my words, but my actions to speak it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a work in progress. And I want my action. And he's still working. Well, he don't look like he them things are here. You know, when them people, it's like some people do. When people get to whispering over here, well, you know about old country boy here, there, and that. But the ones that have seen you, they hear. They hear. They hear what folks are saying, what they see while you're walking. They hear, oh, he used to be an old hoe, he used to be an old drunk, but they see how you carry yourself. They hear, well, he used to do this, but they see how you can. They see, they hear about your bed, but they see how you're walking. They hear that you used to be the one laid there at the pool and just sitting there all shriveled up. That's what they hear, the stories about you. But what they see is you up and you walking and you still carrying that thing. You like, this was who I was. I'm not ashamed of where I came from. I'm not ashamed of who I was because I'm not ashamed of who has changed me, who has transformed me. I ain't ashamed. I'm not trying to hide nothing about me. Because let me tell y'all something. I'm going to make this real clear. You might not like this one right here, but I'm going to make it real clear. I'm not ashamed to share anything with you because none of you can judge me. See, because my judge sits high and looks low. So whatever you may think about me is okay with me. It's A-okay. Ain't got no problem with it. But what I will do is allow my actions to say, I ain't what I used to be. I carry my bed because it reminds me of where I once was. That's the other reason that where I once was, like, look at here, you ain't got so far that you can't go back. Some of us think that, oh, we done got so far ahead of ourselves that we can't go back to where we once were. See, because the same place we were, one, we can go back. Two, there's somebody that's there. Wherever we came from, to remind us what God has done for us, that we should be a light to say to the others, I can walk back here. You see this bed? You see this bed I'm carrying? You see that spot that you laying right there at the pool? I once laid in that spot. You know, did you really? Yeah, see, I still got the bed that I was laying on when I was there. Well, you ain't throw that bed away? No, because it's a constant reminder. It's a constant reminder. It's a constant reminder of from whence I have come. Some of us get so beside ourselves. We get so beside ourselves when we're asked the question, do you want to? Then take up your bed and walk, and we jump up. But then when we get down the road, we throw that bed away because we don't want to remember, and we don't want anybody to see where we came from. We chunk it to the side. We just, oh, let me get rid of this thing. Oh, so I don't want nobody to see where I'm print now. I'm fine now. I don't want nobody to ever know where I came from. I got to cover up. I got to hide my past. I can't say nothing about it. And I have to really, 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 I got to distance myself from them that knew me before. I don't want to distance myself from anybody that's ever known me in my life. But what I will do, I will come to you and allow me to reintroduce myself. I want you to know I ain't forget where I came from. See, still got the bed. I just walk differently now. See, when you remember me, I was laying on that bed. Now I'm carrying that bed. I just want you to know I never forget where I came from. Some people get to the point once more again. They answer the question, do you want to? Yes, and they hop up. Oh, yeah, God. Oh, look what he done for me. Oh, look what he done for me. Oh, he done put me in a mansion. Oh, he done bought me a new car. Oh, I got money in the bank now. Oh, I can turn my nose down at them folks because I ain't gonna never let them other folks know where I came from. What they tell me, nah, well, I got it out the mud. No, you didn't get it out no mud. God brought you out the mud. You ain't got nothing out the mud. That beside ourselves. That's that beside ourselves point. When we start saying to folks what we got. Oh, I got it out the mud. I had to do this. I was the one. Now we want to take all the credit. We want to take all, thank you, he gave me this. We want to take all the credit for getting out, but we want to blame it on somebody else that we was in. We want to take the credit for where we are. We Oh, I did this and I done made it happen and I, I, I. Throw the bed away. Soon as God bless us to get up, boy, look here. Woo! We done threw the bed away. Every place that we ever been, we won't never go back no more. We distance ourselves from folks who knew us, and I don't fool with them no more. I don't go around them folks. I can't. No. Oh, we done got good now. We done got high and mighty. We ain't got high and mighty, boy. Woo, we picking in hot cotton. We, we so much better. Let me tell you something. White House, outhouse, uptown, downtown, city, country. We are all, each and every one of us, we are God's children. Y'all sitting up here acting like, I don't know why one thinks that they better than the other. We all God's children. Oh, let me tell you something. I read this thing in this old book. It said he reigns on the just as well as the unjust. We all. Allow me to reintroduce myself. And to some, allow me to introduce myself. Not my words. Not my words. Watch my actions. So many times growing up, they say those things. Your actions speak louder than your words. Some people get on and they talk this and they talk it real good and boy, look at here. And then you see them and you see them in action. You see them from a distance and you like, wow, that's not lining up. Ain't none of what you said lining up with how you're carrying yourself. Not a single one of it. None of us are perfect. No. Oh, country boy sure ain't perfect at all. Got flaws. We all have flaws, have things, and recognize it. I don't deny it. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. I'm going to be me. Whether I'm sitting in a church on Sunday or whether you see me out in the street Saturday night, I'm going to be the same me. I'm going to be the same me. Once more again, I don't know, somewhere along the way, some folks may have got it twisted. I know I don't. I know I don't. But some folks try to act like they got a heaven or a hell to put me in. But I know you don't. I have no time to judge or criticize somebody else because I know my shortcomings. So why am I going to look down on somebody because they going through something? You know why the folks can do it? Because they done chunked that bed away that they once laid on. Whatever the bed may have been. The whole bed. The drunk bed, the drug bed, the lying bed, the cheating bed, the jealousy bed, the hatred bed, the unforgiveness bed. Oh, there's a bed. Everybody got a bed, okay? You act like you don't. Old country boy call you out tonight. I tell you right now, everybody's got a bed. Don't know what yours is, but everybody's got one. And until you can be like, you know what, I got mine. And the thing about it is I ain't been so far removed from it that I can't go back. I ain't been so far removed. How can we reach one another? How can we uplift one another? How can we encourage one another if we act like we've never experienced anything? If we act like we don't have any vices, as they may call them, how can we act that way and pretend to be helping somebody that we really care with our words? With our words, we pretend to care. With our words, we pretend that we want better for our brother man and our sister man. We pretend that we want better. We pretend that we want, but our actions say something contrary to what our words are speaking. We are all, we all, we are all, we are all on this journey together. We are all on this journey together. We've all come from something. We are all battling with something. We all have the ability to encourage one another. We all have the ability to uplift one another, not just in words, but in our actions. We are so busy at times tearing each other down, thinking possibly that that's what's going to keep us lifted up. That's what's going to make us shine brighter, by tearing others down, by degrading others. We become so this society of immune to everything, to others' pain. If my brother hurts, I hurt. If my brother is in need, then I should be there. But we have taken our beds of where we've come from and we've cast them to the side and we look at one another again with this ugliness, saying the ugly words, well, I got it. You gonna have to get it yourself. I made it out. You can make it out. I got it out the mud. You just gonna have to get it out the mud. No, let me correct you. It was grace that sustained you while you were in the mud. And it was his mercy that helped you to get out the mud. Because understand this, if it wasn't for his mercy, you'd still be in that thing. Because for most of us, it was us that put us in the position that us was in. It was us that put us in the mud that we were in. It was us that put us there at that pool. It was God's grace that sustained us while we were there in our foolishness, in our dumbness. And it was his mercy that helped us out of it. It wasn't, I got me out. It wasn't, I did it. It wasn't me, I. The only me, I was what put me in it. That's what got me there. But it was his grace and his mercy that sustained me and got me out. Yes, there are times. And I sit here and I'm thinking right now, I think some people maybe, well, Joseph's brothers put him in that hole. Yeah. Sometimes people may put us in there. But let me tell y'all this little thing. Even if somebody puts you in a hole, it's your mindset that will either keep you in or get you out. Because some of us have been put in holes. Some of us have been put in bondage. And God has taken us out, but our mindset has kept us in. Even though he has taken us out of the pit. Whoa. Even though he has taken us out of the pit and put us in palaces, some of our mindsets are still in the pit. Because we still in the pit. We still talking about this person did this to me, that person did that. We are sitting in the palace. He has taken us from the pit to the palace, but our mindset, the way we think, keeps us locked in that same pit that he has taken us out of. We ain't even in it no more. Physically. We're not even in that horrible relationship anymore, physically. We're not even at that mean job anymore, physically. We're not even dealing with them same people that lied on us and talked about. We ain't even dealing with them anymore, physically, but our mind keeps us locked in that same pit of them people, that place, and them things. Wow. We're still locked in the place that he has taken us from. He's removed us. While we were in it, going through it, he sustained us. Then his mercy took us and picked us up and took us out and removed us and put us in a brand new place. Whoa, Lord, look at him. But our mindset is still on the ones that did whatever they did to us. Our mindset is still on the ones that didn't help us when we were down. Mindset is still want to talk about the ones who hurt us, who lied on us, who did this. That's where our mind is. We ain't even in it no more. We ain't even in it. We ain't even in it. We ain't even in it. Ain't even around those people no more. But our mind is still there. We still locked in. Locked in on what was. What was? Who did this and who did that? And I ain't going to help nobody because I remember when I can't help. I ain't gonna help nobody. I ain't gonna help them get out because I remember when that locked in on what was. Mindset. Locked in. He's taken us, lifted us, and moved us. But the reason we can't let go of that thing is because what we did was, now we don't want to give him credit. We want to say, well, I got myself out of there, and them folks right there. You didn't get yourself out of nothing, baby. I done told you that. He didn't do it. He didn't. Grace and mercy. That's why daily we must renew our mind. We got to renew that thing. We got to renew that thing. We got to renew that. Renewing. Like old washing machines. Just we got to turn that, because that if you just let that stuff sit and simmer and just, you got to renew it. Because every day that you open your eyes, there's no grace and mercy. My mindset has to change. My mindset tells me that I'm not ashamed of where I came from. My mindset says, thank you, Lord. My mindset says, yes. My words can say, I used to be this, and this, and I'm carrying this bed that says what I was, but I'm walking this walk. I'm saying good morning to you. I'm saying, hey, you can be all that you want to be. I'm not just saying it, I'm showing it every day. I'm saying, look at me. If you want to see a mess that God says I will bless into a miracle, then just look at me. I'm carrying it every single day. Not for me. Not to say, look what I am. Not to say, look what I did. No, to say, look what he did for me. And guess what? It ain't just exclusively for me. Yeah, used to be it. No, you didn't. I hear you say you used to. Yeah, used to be it. Oh, boy, I was it. Look at here, couldn't miss country boy. But, but, but I see how you. But I see how you can, because I still got the bed. Because I'm not so far removed from what I was. And I know that there are still others that have beds that they're laying on. And this walk is to say, just as he lifted me and I carry my bed, you don't have to lay in your bed. You can get up and carry your bed as well. And be a light. See, let me tell y'all something. This is what I know, and this is what I've learned. There are people that will never, ever understand and know God's mercy and never know his grace. It's there, but they won't ever know it. There are people that have never, ever, ever read a Bible, that don't believe in it at all. But what you can do every day, they may never, ever have a relationship, never had a relationship with him, but they may have a relationship with you and I. And if they have a relationship with you and I, see, the thing is, that's what a vessel is. We are the vessel. And what we can do is we walk it every day. And they be like, man, I mean, I need you to talk about some of the things that you going through. How do you continue to smile? How do you continue to get up? How do you continue to encourage others? How do you do it? Grace and mercy. Let me tell you about the fella that met this old country boy while he was laid flat out by a pool, blaming other folk. Let me tell you about him, because it ain't about me. Let me tell you about him. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, because I know that. See, there are people that have never read about Mark. There's people that have never read Luke, John, Peter, Genesis, Hebrew. There are people that have never read that, but there are people that read us. There are people that read us every single day. Instead of throwing a Bible at them, demonstrate a Bible to them. Oh, that was good, country boy. Instead of throwing a scripture at them, because we owe some folks quick about pulling out a scripture. Let's live a scripture. Instead of, I say this so many times, instead of telling folk where the cross is, let's show them. Let's show them. Let's be the example. Let's be the example. Let's live it daily. That's how I introduce myself. That's how I reintroduce myself to those that have known me before. Let me reintroduce myself. Allow me, not with my words. Allow me with my actions on Sunday. Allow me with my actions on Saturday night. Allow me with my actions when you might see me at Jack's Bar and Grill listening to some Zydeco. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Because, see, my nose ain't so high that I forget that my bed is still here, that I had to take it up and I carried it. My nose ain't so high that I forget from whence I once came. My nose ain't so high that I'm going to tell somebody, well, get it out the mud. I got it. You got to get it. Figure it out yourself. My nose ain't so high that I'm looking down on somebody. My mindset for each and every person that I see, nobody's been buried, everybody's been planted. When I look at any person, I don't see anybody that's been buried. All I see is somebody that's been planted. What do you mean, country boy? Because I'm expecting something to come up from. When I see, no matter who it is, no matter where they at, they ain't buried to me. Some folks say, well, they just buried. No. When I look at a person, I just see somebody that has been planted. And in the planting, something's going to come up. Something's going to come up. And that's how I walk it. I walk every day that every single person is worthy. Every single person I give respect. Because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, every single person is a child of God. I'm not going to disrespect not one of his children. But how about how they treat you? That's not on me. That's on them. Walk it every single day. I don't want to just pass people scriptures. Too many people want to just pass you a scripture and give you a reading out the Bible and tell you this, that. I want to live the example of what it says. That's how I want to carry myself. Every day, I want to introduce myself with my actions. Every day, I want to introduce myself with my love. Every day, I want to introduce myself with my forgiveness, with my kindness, with my support, my encouragement. Every day, that's how I introduce myself, even with my bed on my back. Even, even with my bed on my back. Well, look, I thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Julie. Thank you, Arthur. How are you, my friend? I thank y'all so very much for tuning in to another Kingdom Purpose Tuesday. Talk to me Tuesday, Kingdom Purpose. Y'all say a prayer for my co-host CJ. He'll be back next week. Again, pray for him for safe travels. He is in New York City. I love you, CJ. I love you. I love you. I love you, my friend. Man, continue to walk in purpose, on purpose. To each and every one of you, I say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come into your homes, your jobs, your computers, your phones, whatever it may be. I thank you. I thank you so very much. Thank you, Kingdom Purpose Radio, for allowing this old country boy to come here and sit every Tuesday at 9 p.m. I thank you so very much for this opportunity. Again, this ain't mine, it's God's. This is God's. And each and every one, just walk in purpose, on purpose. And I'll say this as I end and know this is that old country boy, beyond the shadow of a doubt, beyond the shadow of a doubt, I support you, each and every one. I encourage you to walk in your purpose, follow your vision, follow your vision, the vision that God has given you, the purpose that He's given you. You follow it. You follow it. Some people ain't gonna believe you. Some people ain't gonna like you. Some people ain't gonna support you. Okay, keep following. Keep following and keep going. And lastly, but not least, as the old country boy always says, and know this, not just my words, but know it from my heart, is that I love each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing, absolutely positively nothing that you can do about it, which means like me, still love you. Support me, still love you. Don't support me, still love you. Talk about me, still love you. No matter what. I love you. I love you. I love each and every one of you unconditionally. Look here, that's all. Y'all make sure y'all check out my co-host tomorrow night, and I will be back tomorrow for another My Worthless Two Cents Table Talk. That's all for now. Love y'all. Thank you, Kingdom Purpose. Be gone.